Who's scruffy looking?
What's up, my fellow nerds and gangsters? So late last night, I went and saw Venom. Now, you guys know I love me some superhero movies, and I fight hard amongst all my filmmaker friends for greater acceptance of these movies because they just see them as garbage wrapped up as entertainment. But when it comes to Venom, I got nothing.
We are Venom.
From the start, this film struggles from an identity crisis of tone. The first act has very little comedy, takes itself very seriously, but then once Venom shows up, so does the comedy. But it's only so much that it feels off, as if I can't decide if it wants to be a comedy, but there's too much comedy, that it just can't be written off as comedic relief. So most of the film, you're not sure whether or not to laugh or to cringe at the cheesiness. And there is a lot of cheesiness, let me tell you.
Eyes, lungs, pancreas, so many snacks, so little time.
But the biggest problem with this film is the main character, Eddie Brock.
I told you I'm gonna do my job.
Eddie, Tom Hardy, my boy, is supposed to be this hard-nosed investigative reporter. But I never believed he had that personality for 1 nanosecond. He's super cartoonish, unsure of himself, and goofy in kind of a weird way.
Why would we do that?
He's so inconsistent that even by the end of the film, I wasn't sure what his character was like. And he really doesn't have any arc, because he kind of ends up exactly where he is at the beginning of the movie, except now that he has Venom at the end. Additionally, at the start, he gets into some pretty horrible messes, and you want to feel for him. But the problem is, he gets himself in these messes on purpose. It's hard to make a movie with a main character that you just really don't care about, because you're like, dude, you deserve that. Why should I care? Now, Michelle Williams' character, Anne, she wasn't bad. She was kind of one-dimensional, but the biggest problem is that her and Tom Hardy must not have listened during chemistry class, because there was no chemistry going on between those two characters.
You have no idea how much you're scaring me right now.
But the strangest part is with her character is that she manages to be in the right place and show up at the right time consistently throughout the movie. It's like Venom gets across the city like in 2 seconds, and Michelle Williams is like 4 seconds behind him. It's like she teleports somehow. It's uncanny.
Scotty, beam me up.
Riz Ahmed is the man. You guys all know him from Real One. He's a great actor. However, in this movie, he's just the domineering megalomaniac whose ambition is his only characteristic. So he's pretty one note. You know exactly what he's going to do. He's very predictable. Yada, yada, yada. And there's a lot of plot holes by the end of this movie. 2 of which is what's going down with Eddie's heart. You'll know what I mean when you see the film. And how does the post-credits scene relate to anybody who's not familiar with the comics? It just kind of seems to come out of left field if you've never seen them. The action, look, it wasn't bad. However, a lot of times it was just a bunch of CG elements flying all about, and it was just action for action's sake. For instance, let's compare the chase through the streets of San Francisco, where this movie takes place, to the chase through the streets of San Francisco from Ant-Man 2. Basically the same thing for all intents and purposes. However, the Ant-Man 2 scene was infinitely better because there was a lot of character interactions, dynamics, plotting, arguing, joking going on amongst the characters during the action. However, in Venom, it was a chase just for a chase. Now, Eddie gets a little bit more familiar with Venom during this chase, but that really wasn't enough to make me invested in this chase and in this action. If action doesn't have some sort of character element, it becomes moving faces, or sometimes not even moving faces. It becomes moving CG elements. And you kind of check out because, let's be real, there's very few things we as audiences have not seen before. And so if you don't have some sort of character element going on during your action, what else is there to draw the audience in? Because you're not really showing them anything new. We've seen a car chase 3 trillion times. So guys, that's what I got. I really wanted to like this movie. I was pretty disappointed. I was kind of bored to the point where like, do I have to keep watching this? But that's totally just me. I hope you guys really enjoy it, or did enjoy it if you've already seen it. Let me know what you think below. Let me know if I'm absolutely crazy, or maybe you guys picked on some of the same things. So, guys, love you. Thanks for watching. And remember, don't do anything I wouldn't do twice.